Welcome to the weekly card reading for Dharma Drops. I am one day late posting this card reading because coronavirus be crazy and things are getting a little wild and unpredictable around here. So I'm just a smidgen behind. But in any case, I am your host of Dharma Drops podcast, Rebecca Warfield, and the owner of the Dharma Drops lifestyle brand. You can't see my face right now because the setup is to emphasize this beautiful card deck, the Wild Unknown Archetype deck by Kim Krans. And now this is not a card deck that I carry in the Dharma Drops shop at the moment. I do have some other card decks, but you can use the link in the notes below or on the blog page to purchase this deck. So let's go ahead and get started. The thing I like about this is it's just so beautiful. It's in this nice box and you open it up into this beautiful archetype guidebook. And then you open it up into these really cool circular archetype cards. So you open the cards, and I find these cards a little hard to shuffle sometimes because they are circular. Oh, Starborn, that's my favorite card. It's so beautiful. They're a little hard to shuffle, and if you've watched any of my card drawing videos, you will know that I am a terrible shuffler, and it gets even more difficult with these round cards. But what I like about the round cards is it just adds something a little bit different than your normal tarot or oracle cards. Just a little bit of pizzazz, if you will, to them. So I'm going to shuffle these for a minute, but I'm going to edit that out because that's like the boring part. You don't want to sit here and watch me shittily shuffle some cards. So I'll catch you in 1 second. Okay, the cards are shuffled. So we'll set them down there and we'll get our book ready too. So what I like to do is I usually break the deck into 3 stacks and then put them back into one. And then for today, we're just going to pick the top card, which is the Flame. It's interesting. The cards I've been picking lately are all element cards, which they're just coming from decks that happen to have some element cards in them. So last week, I think we had the water element card, and today we have the Flame. So kind of interesting. So this guidebook for the card deck is really beautiful and it has a ton of information in it. And of course, I can't read all of this to you because A, that would not be fair to Kim Krans at all. But also, you don't want to spend your time with me listening to me read out of a book. But this gives you a sense of what the book is like. It's really beautiful. So in case you aren't aware or sure what archetype is, I like to think about it as a universal map or a universal understanding of a specific characteristic. I went to a really great archetype workshop with Kristen Nice, who you might know from Dharma Drops podcast, and she talks a little bit about that. It's this understanding of a particular characteristic. Like no matter where you go in the world, we understand that archetype. So like the archetype of the mother, most of us understand. The archetype of, say, the hero, we understand. So this is the archetype of the flame. And according to Kim Krans, in Sanskrit, the word for fire is Agni. The ancient yogis saw this flame at the center of the abdomen and believed it to be responsible for our vitality. When it is lit, we are connected to our purpose and sense that life is a sacred gift. It is said that those who cannot see the sacred around them have let their inner flame go out. So we'll leave it with that for now. I don't want to give you the entire archetype reading from the guidebook because the point of the Dharma Drops card readings is to create a sense of what this means for us, but also in respect to Kim Krans, if you want to know more about what the archetype means for her, you can use the link below to get the card deck and guidebook. This is the card that we'll be using for March 13th. You can leave some comments below about what you think this card means for you, and you can also check out the full card reading on the Dharma Drops blog on March 13th at dharmadropspodcast.com. All that information is in the notes below if you're watching this on YouTube. And don't forget to check out the Oracle card offerings in the Dharma Drops shop, and you can use the links below to purchase the archetype guidebook for yourself. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Don't forget to check out the full card reading on the blog on March 13th.